Episode 9. Excited about this episode. We've been looking forward to it for 8 weeks, 9 weeks now. Um, just started off, we did our triathlon yesterday. Uh, Pretty exciting. We will definitely get into it later.
Yeah.
But Two Guys One Scale, episode 9. I'm Scott,
And I'm Chuck.
and I thought we'd start it off with weight update.
Absolutely.
Um, we will get into reasons later why we're not going to use our weights from this morning. But
Yeah.
last week I was at 273. So that is a new low for me in a long, 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 long time.
Yeah.
Total about 56 pounds down from a year ago. Because I kind of lost some weight when I started my current job, and 56 pounds down in a year. Now, granted, 40, probably 9 of that is from the last, what, 4 months, four
Since the
months and
beginning of the
6 days.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty pumped about that. I am looking forward to seeing some more progress there because it has slowed as of late. I know yours has too, but I'll
Yeah.
let you go ahead and do your update as well.
Oh, well, I mean, I think mine was 282.4, I think is what it was. So um definitely proud of that. I mean, I'm down from 338 at the beginning of the year. So what, that's 56 pounds. I mean, elated about that. Not elated about the scale, because we weigh every Friday, and that's usually the weights we give you. But we definitely have some water weight on us after the try. So, but we'll get
Yeah,
to that in a little bit.
that's
So,
for sure. Um, so yeah, triathlon was yesterday. The time sucked. I had to get up at 4:30. I called Charles a bunch of times. He almost overslept. And I was afraid of me oversleeping. I forced myself to go to bed at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night, which is insane to me.
yep.
Uh, I drank some liquid IV nighttime stuff with a bunch of melatonin in it, and it worked. I actually felt pretty good. I got up at 4:30, took a shower, headed out there, got ready. Um, we were talking about it in line when we started the swim, like those butterfly feelings you get. I haven't had that
Whew,
long time, man. Like probably
felt
since a
good.
swim meet or a football game, maybe. Probably a swim meet for me.
Yeah.
Just that waiting to go.
Yeah.
Uh, and not even that we were ultra competitive about it. It was it was a good feeling. It was a feeling I never knew I would have again in my life. A
Yeah.
physical uh competition. It's been a long, long, long time. Kind of my overall thoughts on it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it would. Really did. Um,
I'm so
the
happy to hear
only
you
t
say that, by the way. I'm so
yeah,
happy to hear you
yeah,
say that.
me
Because we
too.
go back to episode one, this man saying, no, it's just like,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
not.
Uh,
So,
I remember the one thing, like, so the way this started is we jumped in to do like a serpentine swim, which is like where you go up and down, which we didn't know we were going to be doing till like that day, which
yeah.
I actually liked that. It did create a kind of present
Cluster.
a new challenge. It also was a complete clusterfuck. But I remember when I jumped in, because you like start in the water already. I jumped in and I put my hand on the wall, getting ready to go, and I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna work my ass off for 2 hours starting any second right now. Uh, but you know, I really did have a great time. I enjoyed the swim. The swim was tough, because I was cooking in the swim a little bit, but
Yeah.
bike ride was definitely tough, a lot more hills than I thought. Really enjoyed those two aspects. I know next time I got to work on the run. That's for fucking sure, which we'll get into more later. But there's a lot of people that misjudged their swimming abilities that started before me and you
Oh
that
my
we had to
God.
pass, and it was a complete clusterfuck. There's people all over the place
Yeah.
swimming on their back, no goggles on. hanging against the walls. I started and I had to pass the guy in front of me before the first lap was over, which was insane. And I think it added a good minute onto my time,
Well,
but
and he had the
don't
full tri
care.
suit on with his name on the back, right? We thought he
Yeah,
was
and that's
real deal
we thought
Holyfield,
he was,
right?
yeah, big
Yeah,
time. And
like
you know what? I'm sure he did well overall,
yeah.
but maybe swimming wasn't his strong suit, whatever. But it was the seating should have been a little bit better in my mind.
I I felt so bad for the people doing the full one because we did the sprint, and right there towards the beginning, someone jumped in for like the 7 minute pace, and there was like five people trying to get around them because they didn't know how to swim.
Yep.
Um, we weren't that competitive, but at the same time, like you were passing people breaststroking.
Yeah.
I'm passing people, and we both know swimming was not my forte when we first started this journey 3 months ago, right?
Not
And
at all.
weird kickoffs doing the serpentine, trying to go around people. They're just hanging on the side. Like I'm sitting there saying, like, you signed up for like a sub 8, sub 7, and that what 150 meters, you're huffing and puffing on the side, or you're doing my backstroke that Scott Richards used to give me so much shit about. He's like, what? That's not even a stroke, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would have killed myself if I would have tried to, if I'd even have done that, like, because I just Scott would have been like, that's not a stroke. So, but
I
everybody
mean,
was doing it.
everyone, there was a lot of people doing it. My wife got a video of me passing someone doing that, and I'm doing breaststroke, and I was passing someone doing freestyle, which is crazy to me. Granted, I have done that to you a couple times, but months ago, when you were not nearly as good of a swimmer. To be honest, dude, I can't
Your
believe.
breaststroke is so fast. Okay, it's ungodly to me. Like I want to videotape it, break it down, so I can mimic it because breaststroking is so much better than
Well,
freestyle.
there's a reason behind that. It's because breaststroke was always my weakest when I was on swim team, and I would do individual IMs or individual medleys, which are called IMs, and I would always get disqualified because of my breaststroke because I would kick a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
Um, and I would like go nuts and like throw chairs in the pool and throw my goggles and cuss out the judges and everything, because I took swimming very seriously back when I was young. And so my coaches had me practice breaststroke more than anything else. So like I really got it down, and it never went away. Because I mean I do think it's the easiest stroke to do. You can kind of rest. I wasn't planning on doing breaststroke during the triathlon, but after my first two laps, I was pushing pretty hard the first two laps of freestyle, which this is a 50-meter pool, like we said before. So, it was 100 meters of me kind of swimming all out the first 100. Um, both all the dodging people and stuff that I had to do, and the turnarounds were weird because you had to go under the lane rope. I
Yep.
was like, I'm just going to
Weird
do
kicks.
breaststroke for 50, then freestyle for 50 until the end. And it worked. And, I was happy with my time in the swim. The
Yeah.
bike. I mean, I knew you were going to crush swimming, which you did. The bike I was a little worried about because I know you didn't train a whole lot on the bike, which I did. Um, the bike was probably, to be honest, my favorite part of the whole thing,
It was
besides the
so
end.
scenic. It was so scenic and beautiful. Like that
It
was a
was.
completely new side of St. Peter's I'd never seen. All the farms out there. Like we're right there off of an exit, right? Like where all this shit is, and then there's 10 farms on the right. We're on county roads, like I'm back in Indiana. Like it was a beautiful, scenic, fucking hilly course, and
It did say it was very flat, and it was not.
yes. And even the
I mean,
people that done it before said, "Oh, those hills are nothing." And I'm like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh, these fucking hills are nothing while I'm doing these hills." Like that was my motivation.
the worst part was just like you get done swimming, you're kind of gassed a little bit. It's my first transition I've ever done in a triathlon, and then the
Yep,
first thing you leave the parking lot, and you go up this long hill. It wasn't a huge hill, but it was just long uphill for like probably a quarter mile, and it was
at least.
tough to
Yeah,
start. It was tough. But once I got through that, there was a few hills, you had to go up overpasses and stuff, but I really, really enjoyed it. I really, really did. Glad I didn't have any malfunctions with the bike. No, my clip-in pedals worked great. Didn't fall over this time. Um, did we talk about that? How I fell over
yeah,
on the
we
podcast?
did.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, no, I don't think
I,
we did. That was on TikTok we talked about it.
Oh, it may have been
The
on TikTok.
where I normally like do my running and biking on this trail right by my house, it was completely flooded and it was on the bottom of a hill like this. And I was practicing with my clip-in pedals and I was trying to clip in and go up the hill at the same time. My feet kept slipping off and I fell over right next to these two girls trying to take pictures of flood. It was extremely embarrassing to get ready. But the run was the run. The run was extremely hilly.
It was
You
awesome.
crushed the run. Absolutely
It
crushed it.
it was awesome.
Um, but and we'll get into times and finishes and stuff. I have some slides that I'd like to share to kind of break everything down because all the results are posted online.
Well, I'm glad
Oh,
your transitions were good because my first transition was a clusterfuck. Like I couldn't. So we did camel packs, which were lifesavers. Any first timers, anybody who's a bigger person, like there's not enough water in one bottle of water. There are no water stations when you're on a bike. Like a camel pack, lifesaver. And he put ice in his like a genius. I didn't.
yeah.
But I mean, I was just sitting there. I had to straw my mouth for probably a mile of it straight. I was just, doing what they said online, taking a sip here and there. But when I was trying to get everything together, I tried to put my camel pack on, and one of my clip-ons got stuck, and I went to take it back off, and my fucking water camel fell out and water splashed. It was like, oh, I just busted it. I was like about to have a meltdown, though. I'm not gonna lie. So, like, when I got out of the pool and I'm in the transition, he's already got his shoes on. He's getting ready to go, and I'm like busting it because I just want to, because I knew you were going to crush me in the bike. So I'm like, I've got to keep him in sight. He was gone because my first transition was like 4 minutes and 30
Oh,
seconds.
I got all the times coming up. I remember I saw you. I was like lacing or like strapping on my clip-in shoes and you like come up and you sit down and you're putting your shoes on. I'm like, oh, I need to get going, dude. And I think that's part of the reason that first hill sucked because I was really pushing to get some distance between us. And to be honest, a lot through the bike ride, I would like make
You
sure you
thought
weren't
I was
behind
going to
me.
catch you? No way. No way.
uh, just because I knew I had my work cut out for me, you know? Because let's be honest, dude. Um, when we first started doing talking about this, training for this, uh your swimming and your biking was rough. I mean, I'm way better than I was when
You
we
are.
started, but like we went on that first time we worked out, you came over here. No, the second time when you came here, we went and rode 4 miles by my house and you were gassed.
I was done.
Gassed.
I
I mean,
was
I was,
done.
yeah, I was not feeling great either, but also, you were probably 330 at that time and I was 320.
Well,
So,
and you took off away from me too there the last mile and a half because you needed a push because you were just staying back by me. Like, and
hmm
then
hmm
I almost walked up the last hill on that trail that we did. And that was a baby hill compared to what we were doing,
yeah,
this last weekend. That was a
yeah,
bitch hill compared to these things that they gave us.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Also,
was not a flat course. Was
yeah,
not a flat course.
we went, got some of those like energy goo fucking things or whatever. Charles got gummies, which is for sure the move.
Yep.
About 2 miles into the bike, I was starting to cramp up. I think it was just because it was pretty cold, to be honest. Like getting out of the pool, running out to the bikes, it was pretty cold. So I ate my little goo packet energy thing, and it got all over fucking everything, all over my hands, all over my handlebars, and I'm like, okay, the gummies are the move. So I didn't even eat my second one.
I didn't
But
eat
to be
another
honest,
one.
yeah, I did. I don't think I really needed it. If we ever move up to the Olympic triathlon, we will for sure need something like that.
While we're
But
swimming
I
in the
think,
pool. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, but Um, overall, I feel unbelievably accomplished. If you had told me a year ago that I would do a triathlon, it's kind of always been on my bucket list and my few health stints that I have had.
Yep.
Um, I always thought it'd be cool to do, and I'm super, super grateful that you were on board. And also, shout out to our friend Alex who did it with us and it didn't really train at all. It did fine. So like,
We only beat
super
him by two
impressive.
minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And honestly, if he just worked on his swimming for 2 weeks, he would have absolutely crushed us in every other aspect. But,
Yeah,
it was awesome that he did it with us. And you know what? I think he's gonna do another one with us. I got a couple other friends that are interested in doing it with it as
I
well.
do
So,
too. I mean,
um,
I love the good
I
vibes. It's we're
yeah.
making impacts, and my favorite part of the race was the run, and you know this. I ran cross country my whole childhood growing up, road courses, but it's really hard to find old school cross country trails, and that's what that felt like because it was wooded, it was shaded, it was a small little 4 foot wide, asphalt, old school asphalt, and it was rolling hills. The whole course was rolling hills, and I attacked the course. I mean, my best 2 mile time was 29 minutes on a treadmill. I said I was going to go a little faster, not on a treadmill. I did not think like when I said I would do 40 minutes, I knew I would be pushing myself. And I mean, I did it in 38, just under 39 minutes. And that was with walking, what, the last 3/4 of a mile, we pretty much walked. Cause I mean, at that point, it was about finishing together,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
um,
just so everyone knows, Charles fucking caught me in the run.
I did.
I thought I thought I had him. I thought I had such a lead from the
I
swim,
did
the
too.
transition, the bike, and I get to the turnaround spot and I'm like, all right, let's see where Charles is at. I come out of like the turnaround and like within 5 minutes, see
Yep.
Charles huffing and puffing, drenched in sweat. I could tell he had been killing himself to catch me. And you know what? I was like, all right, I got to start jogging a little bit more.
You
So
did too. I was
I
like, where'd
did.
he go? I
I
was
know.
like,
I
God
really
damn
picked
it.
up the pace there. I picked up the pace, and my legs were toast, dude, and my left knee's still hurting.
Yep.
Just I just wasn't landing right the whole time I was running because like I started running immediately off the bike, and my legs were like completely jello,
Yep.
and uh I don't know. Um,
My
I
my
was honestly like really pissed at myself that you caught me, but it's more just impressive that you did it, dude, because I really did have a hell of a lead. I did.
I whenever my mom and my wife were waving at me, and I was putting my bike, I was like, I'm gonna wait for him because of my hand on my phone. And I was like, how far is Scott ahead of me? Right. And they're like, he's like 10 minutes ahead of you. And I was just like, oh well fuck, I'm not catching him. And but everybody's cheering for you when you start running the running
Hmm.
path. So I start running, and then I ran until I got over the first bridge, so no one could see you after the woods. I
That's where I
immediately
stopped.
started walking.
Yeah,
I
that's
immediately
where I
started
started walking.
walking,
Yeah.
and this one that was doing the long one, she stopped to start walking beside me, and she was just like, just take it in intervals, and she was just, being really motivated about it, and it was a good 3 minute pep talk she gave me, and then she just took off running again, and I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to do this in 40 minutes. I'm trying to beat 2 hours. I can still do this. I mean, even with the failure in the first transition, even with my swim time not being as fast as what I thought it was going to be because of all the dipshits in the pool. But, you know, I was bound and determined. And to be honest with you, I'm checking my watch and I'm at a mile. I'm like, okay, is Scott going to be around this bend? And here I am. I just kept jogging. I'm like, all right, I'm going to see him around the next bend. Then once I got to like a mile and 0.33, I was like, if I don't see Scott soon, then I might actually be able to catch him. And then right there you were as soon as I said that. And I was like, okay, he's a quarter of a mile ahead of me. I think I can catch him, but I was already toast at that time. I was
Yeah.
toast.
I
I
could tell you were. And that's why I was like, when you did catch me, I was walking the fastest I've ever walked in my life because I was definitely doing some intervals of running. Dude, my legs were cramping so
yep,
bad. I was really afraid I was gonna like twist my ankle or something and not be able to finish. And the most important thing, like we said from the beginning, yeah, we're in a competition with each other, but we just wanted to finish. That was our biggest
yeah,
goal was to finish and to finish in under 2 hours. But so we might as well just get into it. I'll share the thing.
absolutely.
Uh, let me see how this is gonna look
And I
here.
think during the run next time while you're pulling this up, I think I'm going to carry my electrolytes water bottle with me too. But I'm going to take a cheap water bottle so I can just throw it away whenever it's empty because I'm not carrying it the whole time. Because electrolytes during the run was something that my body was missing after about a mile and a half.
Yeah. All right. See it. Broke it down.
Nice. I like it.
So just to get out of the way, overall, Charles beat me by
10
30 something
seconds.
seconds.
No,
Yeah.
it was 10. And I tried to
Well,
finish at the same time, but I forgot you started.
155.07 was your total. Mine was 155.41. So roughly about 30 seconds, which I have some conspiracy theories to get into a little bit. But overall, you did beat me fair and square. You caught me in the run. I shouldn't have fucking slacked. It was dumb. Shouldn't have slacked. But
I was,
overall, we
I was
both
catching you
finished
either way. I told you.
with transition under 2 hours. No way did I think we were going to do that. Even that day, I was like, there's no way we're going to do it. You said an hour 30. That's bananas. Maybe the next one. Um, but to kind of break it
Yeah,
down, also, one thing about the swim is it didn't stop counting your swim until you left
the pool.
the pool area.
Yeah.
So like I got out and I put on my flip-flops and grabbed my glasses and then went outside. So I'm thinking that added at least 30 seconds
And we
onto
had to wait
mine.
in line to get up the ladder because they wouldn't let you just jump out of the pool. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was
I had to tread water for a good, 20 seconds while other people were getting out.
yeah,
But, the whole thing is just about encouraging each other and whatever. So it was it annoying, sure, but overall I'm fine with it. Swim 8:53, totally happy with that with the clusterfuck that it was.
yeah.
Um, Yours was 9:58 with everything that happened. I think that's more than respectable, to be honest with you.
It should have been a minute
Um,
faster, but yeah,
yeah,
I agree. We
my
both should have
transition,
been a
I
minute faster.
I can't believe how fast I did mine, to be honest.
That's awesome,
Yours
dude.
yours was a little long, 4:39. My bike was 54 minutes. Yours was 59, almost exactly an hour. And then my pace was 14.9. My phone said it was 15, but 14.9 because you have to walk. You have to get on your bike and then you have to get
Yeah,
off it. So, you know, happy with that. Yours is 13.6. And then my transition was 2:37 while yours was less than 2 minutes in transition two because I had to change into my running shoes.
yep.
So I didn't do the math, but I had a pretty damn good lead on you here.
You had a really good lead, and
Yeah.
that's so yeah. It's giving me the same time as what yours did right there. Okay, so my
And
my
then
my fitness app worked a little better than yours for once because
yeah,
it
my
doesn't
my my
have to do
my
that.
my Apple Watch decided to completely close out of the workout app in the middle of the run. I was so pissed off, and I think that's part of the reason that I took it so easy in the run because I couldn't see what my pace was. I couldn't see how much time had passed since I started running. But also
Yeah,
I was kind of out of it and just cooked as it was. So,
yeah,
my run was 46 minutes, which to be honest, still the best one I've done.
yeah,
It really is. So,
absolutely.
um, 15-minute mile, that's okay with the amount of walking that I did. I'm fine with that. Yours, super, super impressive. 12.34 minute mile, 38 minutes. Bananas.
I
Uh,
and the thing is, if this
9 minute
wasn't
different than
working,
me.
I probably wouldn't have done that because after I got done the first mile and it said I was at like 12 minutes, like 12 seconds, I was like, okay, I'm not that bad right now. Can I do it another mile? And I just
Hmm
kept checking my watch every couple minutes. I do wish there was more than one water stand during the run. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well,
Because
you
that,
got to hit it twice on the way back too, but on the way back I
yeah,
didn't stop.
yeah. So I didn't hit it on the way back either because I was just like, where did he go? Because I was just right behind his ass. Where did he go?
I did pick it up, dude. I put on some Pantera on my headset. I was like, this is gonna drive me. But I'm super proud of you, dude. I really am. It's
Thank you, brother.
unbelievable. Overall, Charles came in 122nd out of 172. That's better than I thought we were gonna do. I came in 125th. So even though we finished so close together, there's people within that time zone in between us. I came in seventh in my age group, and Charles came in ninth. We are in different age groups because Charles just turned 40, everybody. Remember that. Um, I actually didn't look to see how many people were in our age groups. I know there were more than seven and more than nine. I do remember seeing that.
That's
So
all
that
that
that feels that
matters.
is all
All
that
that
matters.
matters.
That is all that matters. But to get into my conspiracy theory, So we basically crossed the finish line at the exact same time.
Yeah. I tried to stop
Charles,
so we
yeah,
would go.
Charles tried to stop so we would do it together, but I was right behind him, so I kind of had to go to the side, and I have a picture of it. Look at that. Look at my foot. That's my timing chip, and it's not over the thing. Because if you look, it shows what time you finished, and it said that
That's
I finished like 30 seconds after Charles, but we crossed it almost the exact same time. Sorry,
it's
it's
a
not a
horrible
flattering.
picture of me.
It's
Take
not
it
a
down.
flattering picture
Take
of you
it
at all.
down
Right,
now.
see that. All right, back to that. So overall, Charles still beat me, but I think it's more along the lines of 10 to 15 seconds as opposed to 40.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Um,
10 seconds.
but overall, you won. I bow down. You did it. I can't believe it. When we started swimming and biking, I didn't think you'd do it. I really didn't. I was so confident during when I turned around, I was like, I'm not gonna see Charles for another 10 minutes. And I saw you fucking 2 minutes later, and I was like, fuck. But you won. Congrats. We both won, to be
We
honest,
both
but
did.
you beat me, and that is awesome.
I
It
mean,
is.
so you being ahead of me definitely drove me to go faster.
I
But
should have started after you, now that I thought about it.
like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my goal was to catch you so we could finish together, and that's why, like, once I caught you, I was like, we can go whatever pace you want to go because this is about two
And you
guys
got me to
one
run
scale.
more. Yeah, you got me
This
to
is
run
about two
more.
guys one scale, and I was like, as long as we're gonna put it in under 2 hours because that was our ultimate goal, right?
Hmm.
Because let's take everybody through this. The first time on February 6th or 7th or whenever it was, we did it all indoors. And we probably took a 30-minute transition between the swim and the biking, getting ready in the locker room to change. And then you took like a 5-minute transition between the biking and the run because you waited on me because you got done with the bike 5 or 6 minutes in front of me. And then what? I think you did yours in 2:02. I did mine in like 2:12. That was our first one with no
No,
trans.
I think it was more. I think we were both over 210.
Okay. So then we did it real deal Holyfield at the YMCA. We didn't do the transition times. You did yours in 1:58 or exactly 2 hours. I did mine in like two
Well,
hours.
and we did yards then too, not meters. So we didn't even do the
Yeah.
right a full swim. And I did it in exactly 2 hours, and you were like 2 hours and 3 minutes or
Dude.
whatever it
Yeah.
was.
So I mean, to put transition time in there, like
That's
I
an extra 6 minutes almost.
the amount of growth that we had, like, without transition time, we're really close to the hour 45 I was telling you we could do, right? Because
You're right.
we didn't know anything about the transition time. Um, but the biking, obviously, I need a different bike if we're going to do this hardcore, and I will get one probably next year. My bike is fine for the rest of this year because it's a brand new bike, and I'm not spending money on a different bike.
Oh, I have the same bike that I ride for
Yeah,
fun. It's good for kind of off-road, but for going on a road race, yeah, I rode my road bike. Not nearly as comfortable as my Trek.
but faster.
We both have Trek dual sports.
Yep.
I do go faster. I do. I'm not a crazy difference, but instead of averaging 14.2, I average around 15. So, that shaved a couple minutes off. Um, but I mean, dude, it was awesome. It really was.
It was
It really was
amazing.
awesome.
Like, I wish we could have been riding together during the biking. Like, I wish I was up to your standard on the swimming and biking because that would have been awesome to do with someone right there beside you because it was breathtaking. Like, and it was just I haven't had as much fun working out
Never.
like ever. And we have so much fun when we work out together, right?
Hmm.
And my heart rate's at like 120, 125 when we're working out. My heart rate stayed above 150 almost the whole time. Like, I was kind of freaked out by it, but I felt good the whole time too. Like, I don't know what it was, man. Like, I don't know if it's because I went to bed at 8:45, same time as you the night before, and got my first full 8 hours of sleep since I became a dad 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know what it was, but if it was the extra 30 minutes I got because you had to wake my ass up. I don't know, but it felt so good. And the fact that we both completed a triathlon, like, you
And
know,
let's be real. We're still fat guys.
Oh, we're still morbidly obese.
And we, to toot our own horns, we beat a lot of people that were in shape.
We beat a lot of skinny bitches.
Yeah, we
We
did.
whooped that ass.
We really did. Yeah, I mean, even people younger than us. I mean, truly. Um, yeah, dude. I mean, we should be. We are extremely proud of what we did. We're both
I mean,
rocking the gear today. Charles is wearing the.
yeah,
We both got the. It's kind of like a sun shirt, so I like that
it's
too.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
I
Um.
I was really proud because when the one girl that was doing intervals with me there towards the end, she was 18 years old. She's done it several times. She did the swim in 7.5 minutes. She crushed the bike.
That's flying, dude. Swimming. That's
That's
flying. I think
flying.
my best 400 meters that I've done since we
We
started
beat
was like
we beat her.
8, 10. Yeah, I know. It's crazy that we beat her total time. It's
We beat
crazy.
her. And she
Hmm.
was in shape. There were so many people in shape that we beat. And I was really surprised. Like, because when we showed up, there was a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we
My,
were both like, oh, there's way too many rock stars here and not enough rookies. I was like, we're about to get
yes.
embarrassed.
Well, because everybody had $12,000 triathlon bikes, and here we are with our scrub shit. And I'm just like, dude,
One
like,
day, one day,
uh,
one
yeah,
day.
yeah,
There were some sick bikes there though. I was talking to some lady. She passed me. She had it was the lady that I saw driving in when I was talking to you on the phone. And I was like, this lady's driving a Mercedes with like a $12,000 Trek, or tri bike. And then she passed me, and I was like, oh, I saw your bike on the way in. I really like it. She's like, thanks. It was expensive, and I was like, I know, I know.
I bet you
But
still beat
also,
her.
yeah, I doubt that. She flew past me, dude. But uh. Oh, and everyone there was great too. Like,
Yes,
everyone was
that's
super
all.
supportive and encouraging. Because there was some, we were two of the biggest guys out there, but there were some people even bigger than us, and everyone was rooting them
Yes,
on.
yeah,
It was all just about being positive with one another, and being healthy. I remember we were picking up our our packets. They're like, "Oh, you had a size large shirt," and we're just both like, "Not yet." And they're like, "Well, keep doing these. You'll be there in no time." And I was like,
yeah,
"That's the plan, dude.
yeah,
That is the plan." But let's take a quick break. We'll come
yeah.
back because we got some more stuff we want to talk
One
about.
second. I just want to say a huge shout out to St. Peter's Flex because it really was amazingly done. Um,
Hmm.
their pool is one of the best pools I've ever swam in.
Yeah, me too.
It's
And that
just,
includes swim, so all the swim team pools that I've been into. I mean, I traveled all over the place for swimming, and
yeah,
it was definitely up there for sure.
and just the way they did it, it was just very for what it was, how much it cost. It's probably one of the cheapest triathlons since we've been looking into more, which we'll get into later. I was just very, very taken aback by just like everybody was so positive and everything, like high fives. People pass you on the bike. They're like, "Keep going. You're doing awesome. You're doing great." You're saying the same
Hmm.
thing. Like it's just that kind of camaraderie. It's just a bygone era almost, and I loved feeling it again because I just don't feel like kids these days do that kind of stuff. And it was just awesome. It really
It
was.
did. It really did remind me back to when I played sports as, a kid and, young in high school. Just like I
Yeah.
had kind of forgotten that feeling, you know. Um,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, but yeah. Let's take a break. We will move on. It's not going to be just the triathlon podcast,
Yeah.
but we'll be back here in just a little bit. Thanks.
All right.
We're back. Just to kind of wrap up the triathlon that we did do. Great experience. Can't wait for the next one. We did go a little bit overboard with the celebration. Would you agree with that?
100%. And you live and you learn. That's all I got to
Yeah.
say is you live and you learn.
Immediately afterwards, we go get Mexican. Um, it was all right. It was pretty good. I needed to eat something after that because we did have a donut right after we finished. They were giving away food. I had donut, a
Here.
beer, an energy drink, Cheetos, banana. Um, and then we immediately went and just crushed a bunch of Mexican food because it was Cinco de Mayo
Yep.
after all.
It was.
So I then went out to a friend's birthday party and started drinking. Uh, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then me and Charles meet up with the wives and we go to Blackthorn Pizza, which we talked about on here before, which is my favorite, like Chicago style pizza. Um, crushed a bunch of it, crushed a bunch more beers.
Yes.
Um, I've been feeling fucking terrible all day. Not
Yeah.
only my body being super sore just from, doing something that it's never done before, probably the hardest thing I've ever done. Um, but also just eating like a fucking, how did we do that to ourselves before?
You're forgetting the Pop Tart too.
Oh, and a cherry Pop Tart, which strawberry's still better, but it was very good.
Bullshit.
Strawberry's still better. It was
Bullshit.
close. It was close. Probably my second favorite. Strawberry's still the best. Strawberry's still the GOAT.
I had a strawberry today just to see what she was
Yeah.
special about it. There's nothing special about it,
All right.
okay?
But the pizza was great. Had a really good time going out with our wives, eating like garbage, um,
Drinking pitchers of beer was
dinner,
awesome.
drinking pitchers of beer. Um, I did a few shots while I was out earlier in the night. I came home and immediately passed the fuck out. Slept until 9 and I start work at 8. But haven't been feeling great today. Weighed in, I didn't even let the scale register my full weight because
I
I didn't
didn't
want it to go
either.
into my smart app. I just saw what it started to say and I was like, I'm getting off here. That doesn't need to go into my progress. But I'm looking forward to weighing in tomorrow. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot better. I only had one meal today because I was still full from yesterday. I had a protein shake for lunch. But I did eat the rest of that fucking pizza because you sent it home with me for a reason. But that's all I had today.
Thank
Because
you.
like I said, and I logged everything. I ate like fucking 4,600 calories yesterday. It was stupid because I included all the drinks. It was stupid, but I've only done a triathlon once, and now we know next time we can have like a cheat meal, but not a cheat blow it the fuck out day. Because one, it made me feel awful today.
Yeah.
Awful.
I think if we would have done something like gotten a power bowl that had some like multigrain rice and salmon or something, something a little bit of fat, maybe a steak and like a
Hmm.
baked potato. Like the donut was fine, the bananas were fine. The beer is even good for you after a run. It's been
Not
proven.
not 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 like
Not
15.
pitchers. Yeah,
Yeah.
not pitchers of beer.
Um,
And that's my first time drinking all year too. So like I know you can hold yours, but I was like, I had to eat a second slice pizza just so I could drive home
yeah.
because I'm not driving home not at the legal limit. So I mean the pizza was amazing. I mean, hats off to you. It is the best deep dish in St. Louis. Um, I do like my Lou Malnati's better, but
I just I there
Giordano's,
their
I
sauce is
do
like
it better.
sweet. I
Yeah.
like the spicy sauce at Blackthorn,
Oh
but
yeah.
it is what it is. They're both great. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
turn
It was
either of
better
them
than it was
away.
better than Giordano's.
Oh, I
Absolutely,
agree. I agree.
absolutely better to me. Uh,
Um,
which we will have in 3 weeks when we're in Orlando.
yeah, that's gonna be something. So on to what's next. No,
All right,
maybe next
so
time we'll go out to like a steak dinner
yeah,
afterwards, as opposed to gorging ourselves on pizza and beer. But I do have to clarify as to what's next. We were going to do the Merrimack Marathon. I'm a complete fucking idiot and didn't realize I'm going to be camping and floating on a different river, but it will be a relaxing float trip as opposed to a competitive one. Um, I completely fucked up. We had booked it like a year ago. I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Um, but thankfully, we found some other kayak races to take part
we
in.
did.
So I'll let Charles kind of go over what we have planned for the rest of the year. And a couple of my friends have already reached out. I know Alex, who did this with us, is going to do the triathlon with us, the Carlisle Lake one, which is open water, which I'm very much looking forward to. I had a
Yeah,
couple other friends reach out and say they might want to do it with us too. So
yep.
I think it's pretty great that we're
I've had a couple reach out to me too and say, "Well, Nelson, your fat ass has done one. I can't let you outdo me because they're like, right." And I'm just like, "That's awesome." It's all about everybody just being active. But
for sure.
so we did find one. Actually, I should say Scott found one because he was very upset because he was super stoked about the Merrimack Marathon. It sounded like a lot of fun. Right afterwards, Shifley was gonna just pretty much throw a bonfire party. Like, sounds like a great thing. We'll do it next year. But this
For
year,
sure.
another one that he suggested was the firecracker race. which is basically it starts at Grafton, which if you've ever been to Grafton, Illinois, it's probably one of the most beautiful places around. And that's a pretty tough nut to crack because there are so many beautiful places around. It's just amazing out there. But
We need to
you
go hiking up there, dude. They got great hiking trails. They really, really do.
would love to. Would love to because I've only been up there once, and it was I took the wife up the what do you call that? The thing that carries you up the like the ski lift
Yeah,
up
ski
to the
lift, yeah.
winery. Yeah, I took the wife up there for a day. But the firecracker race is on 7-6. We're gonna do a tandem, so there's no losers because there was no losers in this last one. I didn't win. We both won, Bob. I know that it got you a little bit. Get
Yeah, I
used
was pissed at first. I
get used
was.
to
Yeah.
it. I'm throwing it down right now. No, I think when we move to what we're doing in September, I think, your strengths are going to pay off greatly when the swim increases and the biking increases. So
Well,
September 15th,
also,
go ahead.
I'm just gonna start doing the Couch to 5K program so I can run a 5K nonstop. It's my goal for the next one.
Hey,
I probably won't do it after biking and swimming, but just so I run the majority of it as opposed to walk the majority of it. For the
yeah,
next one, I think will make a world of difference and make my time like respectable, even for not a fat guy. Like really, like that's even though our times are respectable now, but like I want it to be something that I'm really proud of. Like if we can get sub 145, that would be
yeah.
crazy for me personally.
Well, especially since we're gonna have a choice. We're gonna have a choice here, right? Because on 9/15 we've already agreed. So we've agreed on the firecracker race. We've agreed on the Carlisle Lake Try, which is on September 15th. Um, it's a little different. Okay, the sprint is a 750 swim instead of a 400. Everything else is the same: 14 miles or 13 and a half on the bike, 5K. Or you know how I love doing this, Bob.
I know. I
Pushing.
know.
Um, we can do an Olympic triathlon, okay? And we're gonna have just a measly 1,500-meter swim in open water, something we've never done before, a 24-mile bike, and a 6-mile walk. Um,
Yeah,
two pros to this. One, another notch, right? We're moving forward. And the second thing is, at that point in time, we become professional triathletes because we will earn points towards our rankings worldwide if we finish.
they'll they'll be pitiful.
They still points, baby. They still
I
points.
know I was looking at it too. I was there not being like time constraints in it, like we can take as long as we need,
Yep,
is a selling point. Because the thing is, realistically, we could have done the long course yesterday. We
absolutely.
could have. It probably would have been a little much for us. We'd probably be hurting way worse today. I don't know if I've been able to do anything last night if we would have done that.
Yeah.
Um,
I
realistically in
could have did six
September,
mile, the 6 mile
yeah,
run at the end. I couldn't have done, but just
we'll
gonna tell
walk. Yeah, I mean, I could have walked it probably. It would have taken us 2 hours to do
you,
that.
I don't even want.
Um, uh, but realistically, we should be a good 30 pounds lighter by this time.
Yes.
I hope, unless something goes drastically wrong, which, like we've talked about before, it is summer
Yeah.
coming up. And it's an easy time to let everything slip out of control, for sure. I mean, we did yesterday, but we knew that we were going to do that yesterday. We probably did it to excess because the Fat Scott and Fat Charles came out and just kind of took
Big
over.
time. Big time.
Um, but it was nice to reward ourselves. It was.
It was.
But I am leaning towards the Olympic. I think it really depends on what our weight loss progress looks like. Whenever if we register a month from now or 2 months from now, we got to be on our way to getting
Sub 250. Sub
sub
240.
250. Sub
Okay.
250. Yeah. Um,
I'll agree to that. Yeah, absolutely, because we can't hurt ourselves, right?
yeah.
Can't hurt
Yeah.
ourselves and we can't go backwards right now because it's all going forwards.
And it's going to be involved in going out of town. Um, Not
Yeah,
really. I mean, it's not super far away, but like we'd obviously want to stay there.
yep.
Um, so it almost would make it more worth it to do the full fucking thing, the
It
real
would.
damn thing.
Yeah,
Because I
and
mean let's be real. Like what we did was a sprint triathlon. This would be a real triathlon.
Olympic triathlon.
Yeah.
Like that right there
Um,
just tickles me. It just tickles me, Bob.
I'm leaning towards it. I do think it depends. We got to keep our weight in check. We
Yeah.
really, really do. Which we got to talk about. Like, what's our plan now? What are we gonna do? But also, you need to pitch me on what we're doing.
Okay. Well, I'm getting to it, Bob.
All right.
So I'm letting everybody know the calendar right now. So the very next week, I've already agreed to with Scott. We are going to do a pedal for the cause. It's a huge thing in the St. Louis area, and we looked at some. There's like 10 different ones. There's a 10 mile, 20 mile, 30 mile, 40 mile, 50 mile, 100 mile, 150 mile one. The big hitter looks like the funnest one. It is 50 miles. I'm agreeing to do that. Like, I was trying to get you to go down to the 30 mile, but this isn't a race. We're going to be sitting there talking to people, having fun with people, shooting shit with people. Like, and it's for a great cause. So we're going to raise
Yep.
money and we're going to, see if we can't bring a lot of people together and get a two guy, one scale group together to actually have a full team. So I love it. I think it was a great idea that you had. I'm just a delivery person. This was Scott's idea, and I love it. I mean, any way we can get back to the community and get other people involved is great.
So this is a week after the Carlisle Lake Triathlon.
It is a week.
Oof. Oof.
We'll be fine. We'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, we may want to seriously, if we're doing an Olympic, I think we need to bump it down to 30. I do.
Okay. You want to do
Uh,
it? Okay. We'll see where we're
Yeah,
at. We'll see
we'll
where
think
we're
about
at.
it. Yeah, we'll kind
Yeah.
of see where we're at when we're signing up for these things. Would I love to do both the 52-mile one and the Olympic? Sure. I'm just thinking realistically, what are our bodies, how they would react to that. But
Yeah.
if we're, make a lot more progress in our weight loss, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. I do
But
too.
I do want to do both of those for sure.
Yep. And then since I was the winner chicken dinner, I guess, I think we were both winners. I'm
We
looking.
were, but you had the 40-second faster time, so that's what matters.
Okay. I want to make sure going into fall and summer or fall and winter, we don't fall off and lose the course, right? It's all about accountability. That's what this podcast is for. That's what all the fucking apps you've had me download that I've bought into 100%. It's all about accountability and making sure we're pushing for the next goals. And that's just to get in better shape and to live longer, right? So, and look good with the shirt off again, because, I want the dad bod. But March, it's going to be around mid March. So, my choice
Hmm.
is going to be a full triathlon
Olympic, I take it. Yeah.
in Lake Havasu in Arizona. So, I was thinking about this. So, it's too cold to do a triathlon here. So, we got to go south. And Arizona's a little drier weather.
Never
Um,
been to Arizona.
Never been to Arizona. So, we'll take the wives, obviously. You got London Bridge was actually torn down piece by piece in England and was moved there. Lake Havasu is an awesome water sport, so we can make a weekend of it. So the day after, we can go out and have fun with the wives, or maybe even the next 2 days afterwards, right? Just relax and have fun. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's a clean lake. I think it would be amazing to do. And I looked at all of the triathlons in the South, and I really don't want to go to Florida for a triathlon because I don't want my ass eaten by a gator. Um,
It's too fucking humid.
Way too humid, way too
Yeah.
sticky. We will fucking die. But Arizona is dry weather, so we might die there too. But it's around 82 degrees whenever they host a triathlon, and the water is around 78 degrees. So perfect, right? Um, and this is all dependent on how we feel after doing the Carlisle Lake one, right? Because it's going to be our first
For
open one.
sure. Also,
But
we got to get our bikes there too.
so I will probably drive because you know how I like to
Oof.
drive everywhere. Uh,
Oof.
I mean, see the country with the wife because she's never seen that part of the country. Um, but because I'll want to get there early. But I'm also going to pay for the upgraded package too, to where our wives get VIP seating, and like we have better spots for our bikes and more spots for our bikes, like a bigger area for the bikes. So I was looking into that. I was like, I think that's what we're going to do. So that's my choice. You can say no, obviously. I mean, the date hasn't even been released yet. It's usually in the mid-March.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think we see how the next one goes. I mean, I'm in. I mean, me and my wife kind of want to go to every state. That would be a really good excuse to go.
Yeah. See the Grand Canyon while you're down there. Why not?
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
yeah. I
Um,
think it would be that'd be cool.
and
I think we need to look into it. We need to see what our progress is like. It is a
yes,
good way to keep us on track.
it is.
Um, especially during the winter over the holidays and shit, because we know that'll be looming.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
I am tentatively in. I think there are some deciding factors. We can't fall off. If
yeah,
we fall off, there's no shot.
why waste our
But
time?
yeah, yeah, why waste our time? I think I'm in. Yeah, I mean, you get to choose. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to it.
so yeah, for sure.
So you know, I just you know how I am. Like I'm always thinking, what's the next step in our progress and pushing ourselves. So I also want to throw something else at you because I'm going to win that one. I'm going to beat you again. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this gauntlet down too. I'm just joking with you, by the way,
I
because
know.
when we get to open water swimming, I mean, and we get to 1,500 meters, you're going to be like 4 or 5 minutes ahead of me. Let's just be real. It doesn't matter how good I get, you're going to get even better too. Like
Well, and I don't think you know how determined I am to get better at running now.
that's fine
Like
because,
I've been researching like running programs, because
well, and I
I'm
told
an
you,
idiot and I'm doing a 5K on Thursday. Definitely not gonna be running it because I know I'm still gonna be sore.
hey, I told you
But
I'd work with you on it too. Because I mean, like with swimming, you've helped me with swimming because you did that your whole life. Like I went to running camps when I was younger. Like
mhm.
how you attack hills, how you let gravity take you down hills, and just you swim down hills. It's just small things like that to save energy. But there is also, hope you're ready for this. In
I
July,
just I know you're gonna bring up an Iron Man. I know it. I just
so
know it.
I did not realize that one of the best half Ironmans
Yeah.
takes place about 4 hours away from us in Muncie, Indiana, where Ball State is, the home of Bob Ross. Okay.
Hmm.
It is one of the top five best half Ironmans that take place in the world. And it is very community involved. They want rookies and rock stars there too. Like over 1,000 people do this. It is a big time event. Okay.
Okay.
It looks awesome.
It does. Half Iron Man is starting to become into the realm of possibility. But we also have to keep in mind
I love
that,
the positiveness there. It's changed so much in eight
yeah,
weeks. I fucking love it.
but we also have to keep in mind we just did our first sprint triathlon and we finished in the bottom third. No, the bottom, we finished at the lower end of the middle of the pack, I guess I would say.
Okay.
Uh, Ironmans are serious, even if it's a half Ironman, they're serious fucking business. They kick
Hmm.
you the fuck out if you're not keeping pace.
Not this one.
Um, there's
Only
no
at the bike.
dropping.
At the bike, you have to. So 8 hours and 50 minutes. They stop. You have to complete the course in 8 hours and 50 minutes, and that's dependent on when you start swimming. Not because they start like groups of 50 at a time, so it can take like an hour before your group actually starts swimming because they don't want to just let everybody loose in the fucking lake at the same time. So
Hmm.
um, from the time the last group starts, you've got an hour and 50 minutes or 8 hours and 50 minutes to complete the course. So it's a 1.2 mile swim. We can already do that. We just need to do
Yeah.
it faster, right?
Yeah.
52 mile bike, which you
How
can
many?
probably do, right? I don't
52?
know. I think it's 52. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then 13.1 mile run.
I mean that's gonna take me 4 hours right there.
Get out of
Uh,
here. You're gonna weigh a buck 50 by that time.
Yeah, I'll fucking be able to scale. It's my skeleton. I think my scale tells me that my bones weigh more than that, literally.
But I'm just
Uh,
I'm throwing it out there because like, I do want aspirations for us. Like, the beginning of this year, it was about losing weight and getting healthier. And
so
about
are we talking 24 or 2025? I mean,
if our weight loss says so, like I don't want to do a half Ironman if I'm over 205 pounds. I just it'll beat up my body way too much. My goal is to be under 200. And I know you're three
okay.
more inches taller than me, so I mean, your weight loss and your weight's gonna be different. And we all hold weight different.
So this is creeping into the realm of possibility,
It is.
and I'm gonna for real consider it. We got to learn more about cutoff times and things like that, because if that's the case, we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 8.5 hours we'll be cutting it close. Um, but we cannot look at a full Ironman ever.
No, I no,
We're gonna
I
be too old to do it anyways,
absolutely
if we ever get to that point. But who
like
knows?
I
Maybe we'll cut back to this in a year and a half, and same deal. But
probably not.
I will entertain the idea.
Probably
Yes,
not.
it would be quite a thing to say for the rest of my life that I did it.
Yeah.
Um, will I enjoy it? Probably not. Will I
I
enjoy
don't
it
know,
being
man.
done? Yeah. Because I mean, I really did enjoy yesterday for the most part, besides when I tweaked my knee running.
I mean, it was amazing, and we were fat when we were doing it, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed every fucking minute of it, except for
Yeah.
not knowing where you were. And you got the video of me on my bike. I know you posted on TikTok. Check out
Yeah.
our TikTok. And I was like, I don't know where Scott is. I know he's somewhere really far ahead of me, but
And then the next thing was
this is
me
awesome.
taking a video of when you caught me. Uh, but so we got planned, and also I have a 5K that I'm doing by myself because it's with work on Thursday.
Yep.
And then also I'm doing that like 60-mile bike ride in a few weeks. It's a leisurely thing. We're gonna be, having a good time. It's a music festival, but still it's gonna be 60 miles in 2 days. I'm gonna be pretty proud of that. Um, but for the time being, we got to get our diets in check. Because we've both been getting real loose with it the last couple weeks. Uh,
Heard
the
that.
weight loss has slowed, but I was more concerned about getting my body ready for this triathlon.
Yep.
Um, I didn't eat shit today. Obviously, I can't just eat one meal a day. I mean, you can, but I don't want to do that. Um, so I think not tonight, but I think we need to kind of get together over the next few days and kind of decide. I think we need to do something together. Like pick a calorie goal for both of us and try to stay under that every day. I was playing around with the idea like making sure we get 8 hours of sleep every night. We eat 1,600 or less calories. Call it Richard's 816, like Austin 316, something like that. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I did find that Star Wars virtual challenge thing, which I think would be really, really fun to do.
I'm gonna bring it up. Yep.
It would keep us in line. It's a distance-based virtual challenge, and you can complete it on bike, by swimming, by walking, by running. Really, however you want to do it. It links to your Apple Watch. Um, but it's
I'm
like no joke distances, and I think we need to come up with a time frame because I do want to do it. And the medals are fucking dope, and I love Star Wars. If you can't tell, I mean, I have a Millennium Falcon tattoo right here, and this is my dog named Boba with the Boba Fett helmet on. So like I. Love Star Wars. The medals are awesome, but the distance is no fucking joke. It's like we would have a certain amount of time to complete 359 miles, I think it is, for one of the challenges, but you get three medals out of it. And like there's an app, it makes it into a game. You know how much I love that. It's not cheap, but I think because like let's be real, we don't
accountability.
have really much going on until
Yeah.
that July thing. I could see us slipping off. Um, So it's just a thought. I would like to do it.
I think we need to do it. I do, and we need to. One thing I know we're both getting busy, right? Life gets busy, and you got 60-mile bike rides you're going to be doing. Then we're going to Orlando. We're doing this, we're doing that. We got to make sure that we're holding ourselves accountable to working out together still once a week. Like, that's one thing that it's going to be tough, right? It
Yep.
really is because
Yep.
I've got three kids. You've got two bands. We both have wives. We both have lives outside of working out,
Jobs.
bettering ourselves. Yes, and that's the last thing on my list. But yes,
But, and let's be real, this is a weight loss contest. This is me and Charles, two fat guys who are doing ridiculous things that fat guys can't do. Um,
not supposed to be
you
able
know,
to do, but
not
we're
supposed to be
doing
able
it.
to do, but we're doing them. Getting less fat in the process. But let's be real, it's all about what we eat. That's how we're gonna lose the weight. We could run a triathlon every weekend, but if we ate like we did yesterday, we're gonna gain weight still.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna read this. So my cousin gave me this. It is the well, you're not gonna see it, but the Bob
Hold
Harper
it in front of your body.
the skinny rolls by Bob Harper. Okay, he lost a lot of weight doing this. There's a lot of food and stuff in here. Maybe we'll pick something up here. But
Hmm.
I also have my wife's cousin's fiance is
Yeah, I was
flip.
gonna say we might have our first guest, our
Yes.
guest guy on the two guys one scale.
Yep.
Um, we're trying to hammer down some details on that. I know
He's
you
gonna
kind
get
of
a
talked.
he's gonna get a fitness regimen together for us.
Hmm.
I think it's gonna help take us to the next level because he was, you know, I believe he was a professional rugby player. I know he loves rugby, but he also trained the Chinese women's Olympic team. So he knows what he's doing. He does it full time. He actually trains the fire department and everybody in our nation's capital and stuff too. So he's very good at getting the most out of people and getting them fit. So I'm super excited to get somebody who knows what they're doing, and I'm not doing my high school and college workout routines.
Yeah, as opposed to two former athletes just winging it.
Yes, just winging it, right?
Granted we're triathletes now, but um, it'll be cool. It'll be nice to get some insight for some dude who is obviously in fan fucking tastic shape. I saw his Instagram. This is what he does for a living.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fun.
and he's passionate about it. He loves this, right? Like
Hmm.
just if you watch us on TikTok or you watch us here, make sure you tune in next week because he is going to be on. He's in Italy this week, or he would be on. Lucky ass. But I'm excited to see what he puts together for us because the guy knows what he's talking about. He's in amazing shape and he does great things. So
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Um,
I agree with you on like the Star Wars. I think we need something to hold us accountable. It's all about accountability. So
and we get little Star Wars themed treats, little medals and stuff. So,
what I give
all
you
about
last
that.
night, like you know what I mean, like
That's
you
true.
know.
It's true. It's true.
So
Uh,
I see
yeah.
the accountability there. But we got to take it more than just that too. Like maybe start a new fitness thing in a couple days once our bodies heal. Um, you know, hold each other accountable. By you know 1,500 calories. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with low calories. Getting 8 hours of sleep is gonna be tough for me. I don't know about you, but it's always
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. I'm pretty good about it. It's kind of something that I've tried to prioritize, because
Yeah,
I have that sleeping pad thing and it kind of tells me how my sleep score is. It's getting better the more I've lost weight. It was fucking god awful last night, even though I slept like a rock, but um, and it's just the main thing is just we really gotta I need to focus on my protein intake, get my calories down lower. Just eating better quality food because I've just been eating garbage. Low weight or calorie, but still just kind of garbage. Um, but, we can dive into that. I am excited about possibly having this. We need to hammer down the details, I guess, next week.
yep,
Um, but then, but then I'll think we'll have some kind of program. And also, people send us your ideas.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's worked
we're
for
definitely
you?
open to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we don't know what
Because
we're doing. We're winging it.
because
Yeah,
because as awesome as the triathlon was, um, I enjoyed the training for it.
Yeah.
getting ready for it. And the next one's not till September, which is kind of a bummer because that's what, 3 months away.
We got it fixed
Um,
now, and we got to get that fixed because we both loved it so much. I mean,
hmm
I'm so
hmm
happy you loved it, man. Like the first time I pitched it, you were just like, I don't know, man. And now just, the fact that we both were like not quite emotional about it, but when you sit back and say, we just did a fucking triathlon, like we were couch potatoes, like eating ourselves into an early grave at the
hmm
beginning of the year. And we just fucking did a triathlon, dude. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, dude. Like it's
I'm
just
proud of you too,
awesome.
man. Like, um, yeah, no, it's great. It's a great feeling. Definitely is going to be the first of, maybe 4 or 5 over the next year. But I do feel like we need to mix it up. I think we need to get back to hiking.
Oh yeah.
Lifting weights more is something I need to prioritize.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of yoga today because man, my legs were fucking killing me today. Um, just getting kind of back to the basics because we
Yeah.
really just were swimming, biking, and running. And what I learned yesterday is I'm still too fat to run because my knee is killing me today.
Me too.
Um,
Me too.
so I just need, I need to get stronger
Yeah.
physically and mentally running as well. So I'm gonna do like the Couch 5K program, but I'm gonna drop a little bit more weight first before I start running like
How
quite a
about
bit.
what do you think? I'm just gonna throw something out there, just top mind. Like maybe a P90X, like over the next 90 days, or after we get back from Florida. Like we do, we make a promise to do P90X every morning. What's it like 30 minutes or something every morning? You just knock it
Well,
out.
my Apple Fitness Plus has like the same thing. It's like hit workouts. And I think I
Okay.
can share it with you. So like I just need to look into that. But that would be great because you can make custom plans too, where it's like, all right, you're doing hit for 20 minutes, then stretching for 10, like
Yeah.
each day or whatever it is. Um, I think, yeah, that and just main thing, we're getting our eating back under control. I
Yeah.
hope we have some good gains to report next week. Hope to have
Hope your knee
guests
feels
next week,
better.
and yeah, Nia feels better. Um, but
Scott
super proud of
smiling
us,
more
man.
next week. Scott's all
No,
serious. We're in pain right now, just so you all
yeah, we
know.
are in
We're
pain.
we're in pain.
Yeah, we're in pain. It was just overall it was just kind of a shitty day. Just not feeling great. Kind of mad at myself for how much I ate yesterday.
Yep.
Um, and then like purposely not eating anything today except for fucking pizza again. Was dumb, but it's also late. I'm still pretty tired, but
Yep. Yeah.
no, I'm
You should.
excited. It was the first like big milestone that we've done besides that wasn't weight related. Um, because no way, last year when we would have talked, would we ever have thought that by May 6th we would have done a triathlon and would be
I was
fit.
over 350 at
Yeah,
some.
we've together, we were talking about it yesterday. Together, both of us have lost over 100 combined. We've lost over 100 pounds, and
Since the
it's
beginning of the
fucking
year.
May 6th. Yeah, since the beginning of the year, it's May 6th, and we've lost over 100 pounds as the two guys one scale team. That's fucking crazy.
That's
That's
awesome.
crazy. I hope
And
by the
we're
end
gonna
of
get
this
to,
year it's 200 pounds. I really
yeah.
do.
I,
I
I
really
I
do.
think I think it's gonna be more than that. You know how I am though. I always go big. I go
Yeah,
big
you're
or
like,
I
oh,
go
I'm gonna get down to 160, dude. 220 is still my ultimate goal. It still is.
well
But
205,
we'll see if
200.
and when I
Yeah.
get there. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 4
220.
inches shorter than you. I got a 205, 200. I mean, I would love to get down to 180. That's just that ship sailed 15 years ago. But it's all about bettering ourselves, and I'm so proud of what we've accomplished already. And
Mm-hmm.
we just got to stay the course, man, because you're doing awesome. Like, a lot of people don't know that you changed your career after 10 years and you did that last
12.
year. That's 12 years doing insurance. You went back into what you were passionate about, and you're fucking killing it there. You're absolutely crushing at your job, and you're making time to do this, and to have a family and a life too. Like, it's just it's
What's
crazy.
getting as soon as it was the toughest decision I ever made changing careers at 36 years old.
Yeah.
it, I immediately felt like I had a life again because and part of it is me, but in a high, sales driven environment, as I'm sure you've gathered that me and Charles are both competitive people. I think a lot of salesmen just are naturally.
Yep.
Um, now granted, my job still has things to do with sales, but I feel like I had a life again. Um, I've noticed, my wife has noticed. Um, Granted, I made great money. I made great friends working in insurance. I mean, you're one of them. Uh, but it was tough. It was scary, dude. It was, but I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. Work in IT now. Um, very much more my vibe.
Mhm.
Granted, insurance was 12 years of my life that I worked very, very hard for, and I'm proud of the things that I did there. I did very
You
well
were
for
good.
myself. I did
You
very,
were
very
very
well
good
for the
at it.
company that I worked for. Um, but it's just a new step in my life, and now it's going to be a new step where I'm fucking a lot healthier. That's kind of the next goal. But, but anyways, I think Golden Road, dude. That's what we were. I was crushing some mango carts last night, dude.
I didn't get any yesterday. I'm so mad.
The
First time I
best
had beer
beer.
all year, and I got
It's a
stuck with
girly.
donuts.
First time I tried it, you had talked it up so much. I was at Busch Stadium watching Cardinals game, and I was in line to get a beer, and there I saw a mango cart on tap, and I talked to this guy who ordered one. He's like, "Oh, my wife loves it." He's like, "But it's a girly beer," and I was like, "Ah, well, I'm gonna fucking try it anyways." And it's by far my favorite beer. And I was, a huge Stag. For those
You were
of you who
huge.
know Stag, it's kind of like a PBR but better. It's a big local thing where I'm from. Like it used to be brewed down the street from my old house.
Yeah.
Um, Mango Kart, as girly as it is, it has ruined all other beer for me. It really has. I found
Yes.
a peach one that Trader Joe's makes that you need to try. It's good. It's very
Okay.
good. It reminds me of Mango Kart but peach flavored. They also have an elusive pineapple cart out there that I cannot find fucking anywhere made by Golden Road.
I know.
So if
Yeah.
anyone has a line on that, or if Golden Road somehow sees this, fucking send me some because I
Yes.
love it and I would love to try pineapple cart. So just
Yes.
throwing it out there.
The guava cart, you can get rid of the guava cart and bring pineapple cart back. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
guava
The
cart
guava cart's okay. It's
and the
okay.
watermelon cart, like,
Yeah, it's all right. They do make a spicy mango cart. I don't know if you that one's fucking great.
is it? Oh my God.
My work had some in the fridge, and I fucking snatched those up immediately, man. Uh, but
We're running
but
out.
yeah, we are out of time. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Check out all of our socials. Charles, fucking incredible work. I can't believe you beat me. But proud of both of us, man. It's
I
hell of an
didn't
achievement.
beat you.
Yeah,
I didn't
hell of an
beat
achievement.
you.
All
Yeah.
right, well.
We did great.
I
We did.
Yeah, we did. All right, bud. Well, hey, you have a good night, and I
Hey, you
will
too. Thank
talk
you
to everybody
guys.
soon. Bye.